All right, here we are, 10 weeks out, another week. This week was I've got a lot of different things to talk about because a lot of things happened. One, I got my new diet, so we'll touch on that here in a second. I'll give you exactly what I'm eating. But two, as you can probably hear, I'm a little stuffy. It's something my daughter's had for a while. And then when she got over it, I was just surprised. I never got it, not even a little bit of it. And there's a little delay there, and finally I started to have this wake up every morning with a lot of congestion, a little bit of coughing, and now I just, I'm just officially sick. So I wake up in the morning and I'm stuffed, and when I'm doing cardio, it's a little tough to breathe. I'm still working out just as well. I'm just as strong, but I'm more tired, even more in the evenings, and like my stomach throughout the day is a little uneasy. It's so whatever it is, I mean, I'm not really worried about it. It's not limiting my workouts. It's just a little nuisance, if you will, just as I'm going through this. But this week was interesting because with the carbs going up, and I think that's why maybe just the high from having more carbs kind of made up for maybe feeling a little bit under the weather. But I'm stronger because of the carbs. I'm going a lot more intense. I feel I filled out. I'm kind of interested to see what the scale says. I'm going to guess I'm a few pounds heavier, which brings an interesting topic. If I am heavier, here's where a lot of people start freaking out. Like I had big drops in weight during the first 3 weeks. I had a little more carbs. In the mirror, I think, leaner and fuller. But on the scale, it would kind of say that I'm gaining weight now. It's a bad thing. I'm going in the opposite direction, but not necessarily. So again, the scale is a good frame of reference, but it's not something that we're going to, go by as a sole indicator of whether we're doing something right or wrong. So we'll look at that here. I did legs yesterday. It was a tough leg workout. Like I can tell, like, even last night when I wore some jeans, or yesterday during the day and last night when I wore jeans, I felt they were a little more snug on the thighs. So, with tough leg workouts, there's always a little bit of inflammation there in the legs. You hold a little more water. I think also because I'm sick, I noticed that like Wednesday, I looked a little sharper than maybe this morning. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I just got done with 45 minutes of cardio. And haven't eaten my first meal yet, but I'm gonna go through my diet. I'll show you what I look like, weigh myself, and then you can see what my first meal is. But here's what we got. Meal number one is a grapefruit. So I just have my vitamins and eat a grapefruit. This is after doing my cardio, of course. Then after that meal, let me pull this up again. After that meal, I'll do, which keep in mind, I'll go work out. So I wake up, I do my cardio, I have my first meal, which is grapefruit. I'll go work out with weights. I'll come home, and then I'll have 1 cup of oats, that's cooked already, with 1 tablespoon of honey. And I like to use an organic honey, not just any honey, but an organic, like, I guess there's maybe no such thing as organic honey, but like a raw honey that is not processed. That's the name of it. It's called really raw honey. 50 grams of a low carb protein, low carb, low fat. So it's basically just straight whey protein mixed into the oats. And that's it. So meal now 3 would be 6 ounces of tuna and half a cup of brown rice. I'm in heaven with that brown rice. and 1 cup of green beans with some cinnamon on them. Again, remember I mentioned before, cinnamon is important in balancing sugar levels. Then the next meal, which would be like meal 4, 10 egg whites. That's it, just 10 egg whites. The next meal, meal 5, is 3 ounces of chicken, 3 ounces of flank steak, 3 more egg whites, and 12 asparagus spears. Then the next meal is 9 ounces of tilapia with 2 cups of broccoli. Okay, so it's a little switch. We had cod before, now it's broccoli. We were doing 8 ounces, now it's 9 ounces in that setting, but it's tilapia, it's even lighter fish. Then I do cardio at some point after that meal. Then the meal after that is 6 ounces of tuna mixed with half a cup of brown rice. Again, that's an amazing meal. I kind of mix the tuna in with the brown rice, add a little bit of squeeze of lemon, and it's good. It's really good. And then on that meal, I'll add 8 more asparagus spears. And then the last meal of the day is 3 egg whites, 3 ounces of chicken, 1 ounce of flank, and that's it. So to review, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 meals. 8 meals a day. I'm oddly enough, even though it's a little more food and more carbs, I'm hungrier than I was before. But that goes in line with the leaner you get, the less reserves you have, and so your body's. I mean, it really has a much harder time. It has less stores, okay, less energy stores. So it's going to be more challenging to keep up with maintaining blood sugar levels. So that's what I experienced from the diet. It was interesting switching to more carbs, because it's almost like the more carbs I ate with this new diet, the more carbs I want. So I'm really getting into that period where things are starting to sound really, really good. Today is Saturday, actually, December 24th. It's Christmas Eve. And I get my first cheat meal tomorrow, Christmas Day. I'm not quite certain what I want it to be yet. I'm thinking some, I'm Latin, so what I crave the most is simple stuff like rice and beans and some kind of meat like chicken or steak, cheese, cream, something like that. So what I'm describing is a Chipotle bowl, a burrito bowl. So that's where I'm kind of inclined to go, except they're not open tomorrow, I don't think. I have to call around. So I gotta kind of think about that. Do I want to buy one today and just put it in the refrigerator and eat it kind of semi-stale tomorrow, or do I just eat something else? I don't know. It's kind of tough in a way that it is. My first cheat meal is on Christmas Day, but it'll be fun nonetheless. I'll be filming that too and kind of explaining what I'm doing. My only rule with a cheat meal is that I can eat, basically whatever I want. Even with that, I don't like to eat stuff that's really processed. That's the nice thing about Chipotle, is that they have their meats are not they're hormone free and all that, and they offer now brown rice, which is a good thing too. But I don't go crazy. I don't eat candy and eat a bunch of packaged stuff, Oreos and things like that. I like to keep still things fresh, organic as much as possible, even in my cheat meal. But the only real rule is whatever that meal is, I have to have it eaten within 20 minutes. And the idea there is so that I don't, you don't overdo it, because you start eating and then it becomes a 3-4 hour thing. And a cheat meal like that is hard to recover from. So the idea with the cheat meal, and by the way, I was opposed to cheat meals for a long time, but in all honesty, I never dieted this hard. So I honestly feel that a cheat meal here would help a lot. And I still have to fill out a lot. I'm still, how I normally am, I'm still really flat. So this cheat meal, I think, is well deserved and needed. I'm kind of I'm kind of interested to see what happens within those 20 minutes. You know, a lot of times you make it up, you make it more than it really is in your mind, and you know, you're thinking about the cheat meal, and it's like, you know, it's kind of disappointing once you're done and you realize like that wasn't such a big deal. But that's just my experience with it. A lot of people have done the same thing though. But anyway, that's what's going on with the diet. As far as this week, it was a busy week. Got all my workouts in. The workouts were even more cardiovascular in nature than they have been. But again, I you know, that's what I need right now. Other than that, everything is pretty status quo. So I'm gonna pose for you, weigh myself, and then show you my first meal.